if you want to stay fit, stay healthy, you really want to make sure your carb intake is less. If you want to reduce the fat, the answer is eat more fat, because you're not eating more fat, that's why accumulating more fat, and that's the fact. It's proven in 2015. It was officially said that basically cholesterol is no longer a driver. Fat is good for your body. What's stopping you lose the weight is the carb, which in other forms basically rice and all the wheat products that you're eating. So unless and until you're gonna stop eating those, you're still gonna be continue to have issues like weight gain, cholesterol, diabetes, and all the other issues. You really want to make sure that you look at your carb intake and you cut it down just a little bit by little bit, and you have 15-day plan to basically come from a kind of gradual slowdown. So then each day you're eating 10% less, and after 15 days you should be able to completely drop it down to 20 to 30% of your today's carb intake. What also happens within 4 to 6 weeks is basically you're training your brain to rely more on the fat versus carb. Fat, which is more efficient fuel, and carb, which is non-efficient fuel. So then your brain over the time will leverage more pure fat to convert into the energy and for other needs that you may have. It will not rely on the carbs. So from day one, if you're thinking about you're gonna starve or you're gonna make all these differences, it's not gonna happen. There's a training curve for your brain that happens within about 4 to 5 weeks. Some people call it ketosis, some people call it fat burning mode. But basically you really want to make sure that over the time, within 15 days, you cut down your carb to about 30% and also increase the fat. So you want to eat more cheese, more oily products, other products that has fat, more fat, nuts, and something like that. So when you do that, that's where your brain is trained to burn more energy from the fat versus the carb, which is really hard to form, right? So the reason you're not able to reduce the weight is that you're eating too much carb, or most probably that's the case, and your body cannot burn it. It's too hard for your body to chew. It's too hard for your body to break it down, and even if they can break it down, they cannot convert into the energy and other needs that they need. So basically you really need to make sure that you're eating efficiently, that your body can metabolize, and the other stuff comes out as a waste. If that's not happening, that's where it's getting accumulated in your body, because your body is not able to kind of basically sustain with the amount of intake that you're taking. And also when you take some item that you don't want, your body cannot metabolize. So that's something that when you look at the science and you look at the fundamentals of how human growth works and how weight gain happens, you'll come up with all these reasons. And if you have a better reason, or if you think there's a better explanation out there, please reach out to me. Please write the comment and we can talk. But that's all it basically essentially boils down to. I've spoken with the best people that I could find in my area, the doctors, scientists, researchers, about the weight gain and some of the common issues, and this is all it boils down to, is that the amount of intake versus what's coming out, and versus that the remaining stuff should be converted into the energy. And once you look at all this, you look at your body as a machine where basically fuel goes in, waste comes out, and your machine basically operates. Once you look at those fundamentals, you are able to fine-tune your body, you are able to eat better products, you are able to do more things with the less fuel because it's really efficient. And that's what you really want to focus, is that today what you're putting inside, it's only good for your tongue to get the taste, but once it goes out, it's all waste. It's gonna stay there forever and ever. So next time when you're in the grocery store or something, do me a favor, take that 10 kilo or 20 pound wheat or rice bag and kind of hold it in your hand and roam around for a few minutes and see how that feels like. Every time you're eating that bread, every time you're eating that bun, every time you're eating that tortilla, every time you're eating that bowl of rice, that thing is staying there forever. It's not coming out unless you're underweight or you're a kid who's growing. Then the carb is good, but other than that, if you're struggling with the weight loss, if you're continue to having issues about weight gain, constipation, and similar issues like fatigue, you will need to cut down on your carb, and that is really going to help you. It's okay to take less protein. It's okay to focus on all these 20 things that you will be able to find. It's okay not to take that course. It's okay not to take those pills. But once you start cutting down on your carb, the magic, you automatically start seeing the magic within 2 to 3 weeks. Your body will continue to rely on more fat, less carb, and you will reach to the point where you will not need any carb at all, and your body will be able to basically then also start burning the fat that has been accumulated inside your body to burn that fat. Today, that's what's exactly happening. If you're overweight, you already have the fat everywhere. Your brain doesn't know that you already have the supply that's needed to convert that to the energy. That's why your brain is asking. So it's basically training your brain, kind of tricking your brain or hacking your brain to make them aware that, hey, well, there is already excess fat in our body. We can leverage that. There's enough supply, rather than just asking you to basically eat more and more every time it needs energy on some part of the body. So that's basically the thing, is that today, your brain is not working efficiently. We need to train the brain. We need to educate the brain so it can get to the rhythm of leveraging the fat that you have accumulated versus the fat that you actually need. And once you start having that, once you run that, your brain really becomes efficient. So with the less food, it can be able to do a lot more. You're more energetic, you're more powerful, you're more positive, you're more attractive, you're more of yourself, you're more of what you want to be without going to the gym or without cutting down on that delicious food. Because over the time, what also happens is that when you change to more fatty diet versus more carb diet, your taste buds will change, and you don't really need to get that much carb anymore, and then you're able to rely on the fat. Now here's the thing, don't worry too much about the sugar unless you have diabetes. It is okay to eat the sugar. Don't worry too much about the myth on the protein, the mysteries about protein, how much protein versus how much protein you need versus how much fat you need. You don't need to worry about all those nitty-gritty. Just keep it simple. There's only one thing. If you're struggling with the weight gain, if you're struggling with the weight loss, then the only thing you need to do right now is cut down the carb in the next 15 days to about up to 30%. But even if you can't do 30, go down up to 30%, just see what the best you do. But every day you're gonna be eating less carb and try to eat more fat. Eat as much fat as you like, and that's okay. Eat as much protein as you like, but try to cut down the carb. And once you cut down your carb, that's where you're gonna start seeing the effect of weight loss, and that's where you're going to train your brain to leverage the energy, to leverage the supply that you have stored inside your body, and you flip your body into this fat burning mode, and you are more energetic, more powerful, more of yourself, and you're able to make things around very efficiently and still be able to keep your lifestyle as is. You don't have to worry about sleeping habits, you don't have to worry about going to the gym, you don't have to worry about yoga and meditation, you don't have to worry about anything. With this simple technique of cutting down the carb, this can make the magic happen. That's all you need. So give it a try. Let me know how's your experience within a week or two, and then obviously keep me posted with that. That's it for today. Thanks for watching Always Curious.